Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this tutorial, paper crafting tutorial I should say. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be making this lovely project here, and it's this box here that holds a whole series of cards and envelopes. So it's a flat box for, card storage and organizer, whatever you want to call it, and it's held together with a belly band. Now on this one that I've got to do down here, as you can see, the flap doesn't go very far over the base of the box, and since making the video I've redesigned it to make sure that the flap will go further over the base of the box, so I will give you those different measurements now as we go through this together. But isn't this cute? And this uses the Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper, which is a freebie during celebration. So during celebration, for every £55 you spend, you can choose a free item from the celebration catalogue, and this is one of those free items. Now my original was done in Granny Apple Green, but we're going to be doing now this one in Melon Mambo, and I've got a piece here in my in my scoring tool, and this piece here actually measures 6.5 inches, no sorry 11 3/4 inches by 5 inches, and we're going to score it 4 inches and 5 inches on the longer side. Now we've got a piece here that measures, as I said, 6.5, and I've increased the measurement to 6 inches, not 4 inches as you'll see here, and you're going to score at 5 and 6 inches on the longer side. Okay, and then on the shorter side you're just going to score at 1 inch. So you're going to do that for all of them. You're going to score at 5 inches and 6 inches, and then score at 1 inch on the longer side. So this piece measured as I said, 6.5 by 6 inches, not 4 inches, as you'll see in the scoring tool there. But all the measurements will be on the blog post, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. Okay, so let's fold on all of those score lines and give them a really good burnish. Your bone folder is invaluable for things like this. So that's those done, and let's do these two here. And that's the last fold there. That's lovely. Okay, so now it's time to put our little box together here, and you can see we're going to just stick one end to the other. So first you want to do a little bit of cutting, and here you can see I've got the 1 inch and the 1/2 inch score lines to my right hand side, and we're going to cut up the first of the score line to the score line, and then we're going to cut this away just as a little angle, just like that. So I'll call that a mitre cut, and then there you go, you can see what I've taken out. And at the top here you're going to just also cut a little bit of an angle, and then you're just going to cut up the score line to the score line to free this little tab here, and then you're going to mitre that tab as well. So cut a little angle at both ends, just like that. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to do a tiny little bit here on this very big tab here, and the reason we do this is to help our box really fold together nicely at the end, in case your measurements or scoring hasn't been absolutely exact. Okay, so now we're going to do exactly the same thing for the other piece here. So again, we're going to cut up to the score line, and then we're going to cut that away at a little angle like that, and then cut again at the angle at the top. Take out those pieces. We're going to cut along the score line up to the first score line, and we're going to angle both of these little tabs, first the baby tab and then this longer one here as well. And that's all your cutting and scoring for now. So you've got two pieces there that look exactly the same. Let's get rid of all those little pieces before they migrate all over the place in the recycling bin with them. And now you're going to see we're going to stick one piece to the other. You can see me here having a little bit of a blank moment as to how I'm going to stick them together. But basically you want to make sure that one tab is stuck to one end without a tab. So I'm just giving these again a nice score to get the those pieces really working. Okay. And then you can see me having a bit of a blank moment of how I'm going to put these together. Don't know why I was making life so hard for myself there, but there we go. That's exactly how they're going to go together, just like that. So we're going to put glue on this one little tab here, and I'm just going to use some Tombow Mono adhesive to do that, and give it a bit of a shake to get it to capitulate and work. There we go. Stick that piece down, line it up at the top. This is the beauty of having wet glue. It gives you a little bit of wriggle room to get things lined up and as straight as you can. And then I'm going to give it a little burnish like that and like that again. Okay, now we need to fold in our little tab here and give that also a bit of a, what am I doing here? Fold that in, yep, like that, and then we're going to just put some glue on that side. I'm not too faffed about the side here that I've got, where you can see some glue showing. It's all going to get covered by the Designer Series paper. Okay, so I'm going to stick down my paper to start off with here. So this little piece here is going to actually measure 3.5 inches by 4.5 inches. So I've got one of those pieces, and I'm going to stick that down just there. Okay, but as I said, all the measurements will be in the description box below. I mean, in the blog post, I should rather say. Okay, I've got glue on my craft sheet. However hard I try, that always happens. It's so infuriating. And then I've got this piece here. Now this is going to be our flap. So this piece is going to go at the top here. Now all I want to do here is round these corners. So I'm just going to use an old corner rounder I've got somewhere. And I'm just going to round the corners there. And this is just really for aesthetic purposes. It provides, there's no need to do this. It really is just for what's pleasing to the eye. And it's just one of those days where things want to just not go totally right, but we're going to persevere on, and we're still going to craft, because even if things don't go totally right, there's still a way to make things look pretty, and there's always a fix. It's just another chance to be creative. As I said, there's never a mistake in crafting. It's just another chance to be creative. Okay, so let's stick that to the top there. There we go. That's lovely. Alright, so we're going to bring our box back in, and now we're going to put glue on the other little tab here, and we're actually going to make the base of our box. So fold that over, again making sure everything is lined up and straight as best you can. There we go. And then we're going to fold in our sides and our base, our front, and then our back and then our front. It doesn't really matter here because we have a seam on both sides, so there's no easy to say front or back. But I'm just going to fold that in, fold that over, give it a push down, and then I'm going to go in with my bone folder to give that a really good push down so the glue gets to really take and set. Okay, now this is going to fit, as you can see, on the back of our flap here, and then our flap will go over the top just like that. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue here on the back. And that's why I say you won't see any of the seams, any of the joins or anything, but they're all hidden either with cardstock or with paper, which is very clever, I think. It's very nice of it. So we're just going to line that up with the back, make sure everything is lined up against the bottom, and then I'm just going in again with my bone folder to give that a really good burnish so that it will sit nice and flat. Okay, so there we go. So on my rework measurements, the base of the box is going to be longer, taller, so the flap will then go over more of the box, and you won't find it just covering it like that. So you'll be able to see those measurements on my blog post. Right, we're going to make a belly band here, and my belly band is just going to use some scraps of Melon Mambo cardstock. But first I want to fill my box with some cards, and this is mainly because if the box is full, it's going to be easier for me to try and wrap that belly band around it than wrapping it around an empty box. So that's what I'm going to do now. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, so let's see. I'm just having a look at here. Is there a few extra cards I can add to really fill out that box? And it really is just so that the belly band will fit nicely, to get the right measurements, I should rather say, for the belly band. Because for the belly band we're going to take 2 strips of Melon Mambo cardstock, and these measure about 1 inch wide, and they're quite long, longer than we're going to need. They're the full length of an A4 sheet. I'm just going to join one piece to the other here with some Tombow. There we go. Hold that in place. Give it a good pinch. Trying to keep everything straight. You don't want your belly band to be wonky. A wonky band is not a good thing. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's going to be too big. 1 strip would have been too small, but 2 strips are too big. So we will have to cut off a little bit. So I'm going to center that join that we have at the back there. And I'm just going to pinch as we go around and pinch it into place. And the same on the other side. I'm just trying to keep things straight. And you can see here. And then I'm just making a mark roughly with my fingers where I can chop off the excess of the cardstock. So let's chop off that bit and get rid of that bit as well. Okay, so now we're going to fold on all those pinch lines to create our belly band. Now I should say, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It's very much appreciated, I can tell you. So do you ever give any of your handmade creations as presents for Christmas or for people's birthdays? I think receiving something that someone's taken the time to make by hand, put the thought and care into, it's really special. There's something so special about that compared to just throwing money at something and buying something online and sending it. I don't know, maybe that's just my personal view. My grandparents are farmers, so we're very much into that handmade, homemade sort of thing. And I've always loved to craft, be it paper crafting or sewing or knitting, painting. I've always loved the arts and crafts. So there we go. Okay, so we're just going to fold our band round now, and I've put glue on both ends of my band, and we're just going to hold that in place and pinch it, and there we go. There's our belly band done. Now if you want, you can just leave it like that, or you can do some decoration. I am going to decorate using the Terrific Toadstools stamp set, and this is in the annual catalogue, the mini catalogue, and this matches the stamp set. This matches the paper, I should say. And I've stamped here in pumpkin pie, and also some here in Poppy Parade. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm also going to stamp our little stem, and I'm actually going to do this in grey granite, but I'm stamping off and then stamping. So there you go. I've got 3 stalks and 3 tops of my mushrooms or toadstools, whatever you want to call them. Now the set does have a matching punch, and I'm going to punch everything out. So some of my pieces here are a bit too short, so I've got a piece here of post-it note tape or post-it note. I'm just putting a piece on the end to create a handle of sorts, as you can see, so I can fit it into my punch. And then I'm going to do the same for all of these pieces here, create the handle and punch. So I've got this piece here, there we go, and now we're just going to do our little stalks. Sometimes I need to cut off a bit of the excess cardstock so it will fit nicely in the punch. Cut a bit more off there because this is the very bottom of the punch. And there we go, and one more. And I think I like the grey granite here because it gives that just, you still got that definition of sort of browny grey, but it's not very pronounced, and it matches the toadstool stalks in the paper, which is what I was going for here. Okay, so now I've got some of our ephemera packs, and from that I'm going to use this little wooden tag, wood effect tag, and then I'm going to put a little bit of twine through there and just cut it off. You can use whatever you've got in your stash as like a little embellishment starter. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue down. There we go. And then we're going to arrange our stalks. Keep on wanting to pick up the images I've stamped off on my craft paper. Okay, so let's put this down here. I'm just putting a tiny amount of glue roughly in the centre of each toadstool. Then I've used the bow punch here just to punch out some nice white foliage, and this just fills out our embellishment cluster without adding any extra colour. And then I'm going to use here these ephemera packs of greetings, and I'm going to use the best wishes here, and I think that will look nice, so I'm going to go with that. Stick that down with a bit of glue, find a spot for it. That will do nicely there. Okay, so there you go. There are the 2 card flap organizer boxes that will hold a set of greeting cards and envelopes. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.